Hello everyone, we are back with another round of 16 match. This time around it's going to be Shine versus Tyson. We've got a ZVP. It's our fourth match of the round of 16. We've already gotten through 3 of them. And today, I think this is going to be a tough matchup for Tyson here. Let's look at how our bracket has unfolded so far. We saw Hero take down Scan, Snow take down Ample, and Bishop take down Sins, and that sets us up for a crazy round of 8 match with Hero versus Snow. Then we're waiting to see who's going to be facing off versus Sins. That series between Bishop and Sins didn't last very long. I think we started the games and pretty much they ended almost immediately. And now here we are with Shine versus Tyson. And like I was saying, I think this is going to be a pretty rough matchup for Tyson. Shine, he is someone that does consistently well in the ASL. Generally, I tend to underrate him. He's like a round of 8 player generally in the ASL, whereas Tyson, you know, I haven't seen him qualify that much for ASL. So this is going to be really hard, I think, because when I think about Tyson, even though we don't get to see many games, I know that he's an extremely good PvT type of player. But PvZ, and then also it being Shine, this is going to be really rough. So I think he's going to need some good map picks here, and let's see what the maps are going to be. We've got, you know, actually I was going to mention this. I feel like actually probably the best case scenario here is if he can somehow sneak Troy into the map pool. Now, even though he didn't pick it, I think this is one of those maps where Protoss is really strong on. Then Dark Origin, that's been historically a good Zerg map, but I don't really believe that. I think Protoss is actually really freaking good on Dark Origin, so I think that's also a good map pick. Then Apocalypse, well, I actually think that's pretty good for Zerg. So I think overall these map picks are not bad. I think Tyson's has got a good shot here, but hard to go against Shine here because he's so dangerous. He can pull out all the builds, he can all-in you, he can macro you. So with all that said, let's get into game 1 between Shine and Tyson here on Troy. Alrighty, in the top left we do have our orange Zerg. It is Shine. And in the top right, we do have our yellow Protoss. It is Tyson. Now, for those of you out there that do not know who Tyson is, he actually used to be on NBC Game Heroes. He was a Protoss back then. Even though he was on the A team, I don't remember seeing him play Pro League that much, but he is definitely at that type of caliber play. If I would to rate him right now in terms of skill, I would say he's along the levels of someone like Bishop, so somebody that can definitely make it into the ASL, but gonna need to have a good group to actually make it through. Whereas Shine doesn't really need much introduction, man. I mean, he's consistently in ASL and always goes pretty far, like generally like a round of 8 player. Like, he's really freaking good. We do have Pylon going down at the natural. And without another probe going down there, this must be a Forge expand. I guess he could get crazy and go for 12 Nexus, but versus someone like Shine, who's willing to 5-pool you, I don't know if you want to risk it, but so far, no early pool. Here comes that probe for the Forge. And, hey, Troy, you know, this is not really a matchup that I watch in general. And then on top of it also being Troy. And I'm not sure exactly what build orders are common in ZVP. But I do know that, of course, taking down those assimilators are a very important aspect of Troy. It does seem a little unusual to see hatchery first compared to something like an overpool, but maybe there's some sick read going on from Tyson here, knowing that, or not from Tyson, from Shine, knowing that this guy doesn't gateway expand on Troy. But either way, Forge opener into straight Nexus, skipping the cannon. This is going to be a good opener for Tyson here. And there it goes. And back in Shine's main. no gas for him. Not that I was expecting there to be gas, but you know, when it is Shine, you've got to account for everything. Most likely, I'm expecting to see that drone right there maybe hook around to mid-left and build his third hatchery over there, then use the links to knock down those assimilators to prevent harassment, and then just go into a normal-ish type of game. Maybe not take down the assimilators, you know, maybe leave them up so you can go for some type of Hydra play. Now look at this. Tyson skips the cannon also and ends up going straight into Gateway, and he is really streamlining his build order right now. This is some mini-esque type of play, really nailing it. He's going to have massively quick tech, and we do have the gas for Shine in his main. Finally going to start mining that up, and instead of taking mid-left, he ends up taking the other natural at bottom left. I like that much better. Don't have to worry about not being able to get units through the assimilators. You can also go for another hatch there and have good SimCity with, you know, Hydrogen or Evolution Chamber to help wall off. And I think there's already the cybernetics going down in Tyson's main right now. Now that cannon is not done just yet. He ends up getting a probe. That was nice. One probe loses nothing. And also I've noticed that Shine has only built 2 lanes. His econ is going crazy right now, maximizing the econ for him. And this probe, he wants to get across the map. He wants to figure out what this guy is doing, and you need to know what Shine is doing for sure. Because he could have shown Lair, and this could have been, you know, a Ling all-in, or it could have been double Hydrogen coming down. But we see that this time around, it's actually not that. In his main, I think he just put down the Spire. And as expected, that's a Stargate in Tyson's main. And you know, lately I've been seeing more and more double Stargate play. But I think we're too early into the game to see that. But it is possible. Somewhat quick gas going down at the natural. And interception going to happen here. Is he going to actually get in and spot if there's a Hydrogen? The answer is yes, he is going to get in here. And actually the Spire hadn't started just yet. It just now starts right now. But I don't think it's going to be really that far delayed compared to the Stargate. And the Zealot moved over to mid-left looking for that hatchery, doesn't find it there, and now he's going to know, okay, well, you must have taken bottom left. And actually, maybe he can get some damage done here. There's only 4 lanes, but there's no support for the Zealot, so maybe not. And it looks like, yeah, this should get taken down pretty easily. There's also speed that is kicked in. He shouldn't really be able to let that Zealot get any kills. Gets off a pot shot, and then we'll have to run, but where can he run? He can't run anywhere. Oh my gosh! Is it the legendary Corsair Reaver? I've been talking about this build for years upon years. Why don't people go for Reaver Bus more often? But on a map like this, where he spotted that this guy did not take mid-left, he instead took another high ground base, you gotta assume that the reason he took the bottom left base is he wants to camp really hard, wants to exploit that he's got that high ground advantage. I think this is perfect. As I say this, we've got a Ling run by into the main. The Ling spot the fast robo. So this could actually just be a switch into mass mutas. Mass mutas with armor can shut down this type of style pretty well. I don't think you're going to want to go into Hydra Ling at this point anymore. And maybe because he stalled the Reaver, or saw the Robo, you see him immediately put down the second gas at his natural, but you know, he may be thinking that that building was probably a Citadel. Maybe he didn't actually click it. Either way, this is a build that we don't see that often. I'm curious how well this will work out, especially on Troy with it being high ground. Everybody knows that Protoss Reavers, they can bug out very easily, and hopefully the AI doesn't bug them out here, because I really do like this type of play. I think these types of busts are really, really strong, especially when you've streamlined your build this well. I would just love to see Tyson put down some more gateways, get like the 8-gate Goon, Reaver, Sayer combo, and try and nail it versus Shine, who's trying to power like crazy right now. What was that, 4 Corsairs already built? There's almost no defense for these Corsairs. What is it, 6? Scourge, I guess, to deal with them. not really that many. The Scourge does come in here for a secondary glance, and actually, that was a second Stargate at the top of his base. So it is going to be Mass Corsair, Reaver, into, it doesn't really look like it's going to be Mass Muta to me. Oh, actually, I do notice the third gas at bottom left. I thought that the assimilators was the gas, and I saw, well, those weren't taken, but actually he did take his gas at bottom left. It's going to be Mass Mutas into Mass Sairs. Sairs already have +1 weapon. Double Robo? What? Dude, that is a lot of gas. Double Stargate, double Robo. Damn, he's going to be gas starved. He's going to probably need to take a third base. Well, we'll see how this unfolds. Oh no. The Scourge. Okay, actually, see you later, Mutas. All those Scourge and Mutas end up dying. And what's left over is 4 Corsairs. Holy smokes. Okay, well, it was a good trade initially, but now, not so great. He does end up killing a lot of Scourge and Mutalisk, though. So I do think that this Reaver will do some damage, but look at this. Burrow already completed. Gonna save those drones. And, okay, not gonna save those, though. Those are all gonna die. Goodbye. Already the Reaver doing some work here. Killed a lot of drones. Gonna get away with this shuttle also, so that's nice. And after killing all the Mutas, it's actually gonna take a long time to clean up this Reaver. This Reaver, if he continues to fire at that particular hatch, I could see him potentially taking it down. Such cute play with the burrowed lings all over the map to try and track where the Corsairs are. Look at that. Ling micro to save the day. Almost ended up saving that second Ling. And I see that Tyson has shuttled down a probe down to his third base, so he will get that third base up and running. In fact, he's going to even get a fourth base almost up and running at mid-right. Shine desperately needs to get critical mass on his air, because right now he is just bleeding so much in the air. Scourge and Mutas are expensive. More Overlords are going to die also. It doesn't seem like he has +1 armor. Or maybe it's just the fact that the Corsair count is so... Oh my god, this is a massacre, man. By the way, bottom left, that Reaver, it's still alive. It is still killing stuff down there. Still hasn't been taken down. Shine is not minding this base. I mean, this is devastating. Yeah, that is devastating amounts of damage, and he taps out. And that is a crazy build order. I thought that maybe there would be enough Zerg in the air, but the +1 weapon with the comboed overwhelming amount of Corsairs, man, that was perfect. And I don't really know where it went wrong for Shine, because he scouted that it was going to be fast Reaver. Well, okay, that's not true. He scouted that it was going to be fast Robo. Maybe he was thinking that the fast Robo was intended to get Protoss a fast third base. Like I said, I don't really watch Troy that often, so maybe like that's the most common move, but it was actually not necessarily an all-in, but it was a massive timing from Tyson there. So really well done from him. And you know, as we got into the map picks, I was saying that I feel like Troy's a good map for PBZ. And now that he's going into what I think is another good map for Protoss, Dark Origin, maybe Tyson can actually do it here and actually take down Shine. I think Cruiser has taken a quick break right now. Nope, actually he is back. So let's get into game 2 between Tyson and Shine, as Tyson is up 1-0 in the series already. Okay, in the top left, getting a quick win in game 1, we do have Tyson. And then in the bottom right, we do have Shine. I'm a little surprised that the game actually went as it did, especially after he scouted everything. Maybe a little bit too confident that his air was going to hold. I guess I don't remember seeing the Scourge get into the main to verify that it was double Stargate. But I think when you see a Robo that quick, you gotta imagine the possibility of it being double Stargate is quite high. But either way, well done from Tyson. And actually, what I would like to see from him is, I think I would 12 Nexus here. If this guy's gonna play a fast hatch on Troy, I think you've got a decent shot at it being either an overpool or you know, another fast hatch play on Dark Origin. However, Dark Origin is a 2-player map where Protoss players do scout really fast, and they do try and block your hatchery. So I could be completely wrong with my 12 Nexus prediction, and it looks like, actually, if he had gone 12 Nexus, he would be in deep trouble because it ends up actually being a 9 pool. And this time around, it is going to be Gateway Expand. Tyson wants to get aggressive here, whereas Shine also looking to be aggressive. And no movement from the drone line down to the natural, of course, because he doesn't have the money. You know, sometimes Zerg players will sneak their drone out early, try and hide the hatch at the third base. But Tyson coming in here. Ooh, he may be thinking that this is... did the probe get the first shot? No. Guess the drone's going to win that. I don't think he's confirmed the pool timing. Okay, now he's confirmed that it's a 9 pool. Of course, at this point, I think he probably realized that this guy doesn't have... or didn't go for overpool or 12 pool or something like that. And we've got an additional drone going out. I imagine this is going to probably go to mid-right, but as I say that, it's hooking over towards the left side. I don't know if this... this isn't going to be a scout, right? Like, your Overlord's already across the map. Can't imagine you wanting to scout at this point with that drone. So is it going to be at the 4th base? Is he going to take a weird base at top right? Oh, is he going to be mining out? No. I was going to say maybe he's going to mine out that mineral patch behind the mineral line. But you know, it actually takes a long time to mine that out with just one worker. So instead, he loops around to the 4th, back to the 3rd base. He does have a fast gas coming in. What was this, a 230 gas or so? And Tyson is not going to be able to block this 3rd hatch. And the Lings actually have just run by. However, I see Zealot and Probe on the ramp. Should be able to deal with this quite easily. There goes one of the Lings. And I think this is the smart move to turn around. And actually... something like a 3 or 2 Zealot counterattack could do a lot of damage. Right now, there's not a lot of larva available to Shine. He's trying to draw that Zealot out of position so that he can run into the main, and he's done so exactly. Probe going to try and hold the line, but they cannot body block these Lings. Instead, they are going to get in. However, the 2 Zealots have gotten all the way to the 3rd base unhindered. And I don't think 2 Zealots have enough DPS to cancel a hatch. I think it's 2 Zealots plus 1 probe. But either way, he's going to be knowing to deal with. These Lings in the main haven't done any damage at all. And I don't see additional Lings at the natural. So I did notice that Shine has spent his 100 gas. Maybe he's rushed speed. I think that would be the move here. And maybe you can make it weird like with like a mass Ling flood, especially if you can catch these Zealots. He almost catches that one at the top. Oh! Sneaky movement from Tyson. Managed to save that Zealot at the bottom side. Now he's going to get into a favorable position. Meanwhile, that Zealot running into the main. Still no speed kicked in for Shine just yet. Maybe he did actually go lair. Zealot does get to waltz into the main and see that lair is coming, but... I'm not sure. I'm still not sure if lair was first. I still don't think speed is kicked in. Could be wrong, though. Okay, speed has kicked in. So it was speed first into lair. That means that this Stargate to Spire timing should be pretty normal. Something fell over in my room. Have to fix that. And there is a Stargate coming down. Everything looks pretty standard to me. Probe count to drone count looks pretty good for Zerg in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I feel like if you're only down this amount of drones at this point, it seems like it's a somewhat good position for you. Natural gas coming down for Tyson. Nothing unusual to me. And okay, I see a second big building in his main. Is that double Stargate once again? He doesn't have much gas. Oh my gosh, back-to-back double Stargates. Well, I can't blame him. The first games went so well for you, why not try it once again? The Overlord has already left. And this is going to be a pretty tough hold again. If Shine goes Mass Muta Scourge, I mean, we saw the result in game 1. It looked ugly. Hopefully he gets an evolution chamber and some spore colonies or something. Because if it's the same follow-up, he's going to be in trouble. Now, something to point out is critically at the natural, that forge is not spinning. If Shine was on his game, I think he should realize that, hey dude, why was your forge not spinning until right now? You must be spending that additional gas on something. It's most likely not going to be fast Citadel, because why do you need to rush speed to hit a +0 zealot timing? So where is all that gas going? Corsair comes in here. Does not see any overlords. Did not see the natural gas. Well, he saw the natural gas get taken, but he didn't see it mining is what I meant. And he smartly turns around and an immediate +1 Hydra weapon for Zerg. This time around, it looks like he's not going to try and contest the air with air. Instead, he's going to just use the Scourge to push these back and probably go into a quick Hydra follow-up. His econ is already so good, sitting at the 34 workers, that I think this is a really good follow-up from Shine. Unfortunately, that Corsair ends up getting taken down, so big pick-off there. But he still has so many Corsairs built up. He's got 4 already. That is a 6th hatch already for Shine. He's already starting to build Hydras. He may actually be looking to go for a killing move pretty soon. Now, I'm not sure if the Scourge saw that Stargate at the top, but he definitely saw the Corsair coming from the backside of the base. So if he ended up seeing that Stargate at the top, he knows now with 100% certainty that this was a double Stargate follow-up. And I think if you're Tyson here, you got to get out on the map pretty soon. You got to start racking up some damage, try and get these overlords before the Hydras get critical mass and can just push them back. Instead, Stein is going to move out. He's going to loop around. He's going to avoid the Corsair army, and this could be pretty bad. There's not that many cannons for Tyson. He could end up dying here, but at the same time, Shine's going to probably get massively supply blocked. I see the Corsairs are already engaging. There goes one of them. And he's going to engage right here. Remember, there's no speed on these Zealots just yet. This is going to be really hard for Protoss to stop. Zealots dying left and right. Probes having to be pulled. If the probes end up holding the line, though, Zerg is massively supply blocked. He just has to hold. There's only 4 Hydras left over. Obviously, the probes are not going to win this battle, but I think they may have ended up buying enough time for the cannons to get up and running. The Zealot is out. There are 3 cannons on the way. However, Shine, despite the supply block, got out a decent chunk of Hydralists before that massive supply block kicked in. He may be able to actually end the game. I mean, this is just 3 cannons, and this is a lot of Hydras. What is this, 15, 16 Hydras? Something along those lines. Gateway's going to fall. Forge is going to fall. That means he's going to have free reign over these cannons. There's also Overlords here. DT follow-up will not work. Corsairs are trying to save the day, trying to put down some more killer supply blocks. With 5 Zealots now, actually maybe this won't end the game. I think there's a little bit too much defense, but that was really good pressure from Shine. And even though he lost, I think, like 4 or 5 Overlords, seems like he's recovered decently well. He built a lot of Overlords. Ends up going into a huge excess, but with his 6 drones, or 6 hatcheries, should be able to pump out a lot of drones and get his bases saturated pretty well in the net, and maybe a cycle or 2. Sitting at 34 drones, I think that's a little low. At least get up to 40 would be good in my opinion. DT is going to get taken down. The Zealots are going to get taken down. Actually, all that's left are cannons and probes. And actually, we may not have a drone cycle. The game might just end, and there it is. GG comes out. Didn't even notice that Hydras had streamed across the map. And Shine, he's going to strike back in game 2. Killer move right there, man. Tyson clearly missed it. I mean, I had full vision, and I missed the line of units moving across the map. So well done. That is going to tie up the score 1-1. And now we're going to go into the final match, which is going to be Apocalypse here. And so far, with back-to-back Stargate play, I wonder if he'll pull it out once again. Okay, in the top middle, getting the best position, it is Shine. And in the bottom right, getting the second best position, in my opinion, it is Tyson. And top middle is just such a killer spot for Zerg. They can boost their drones so well. I remember people talking about getting, what was it, the 2-minute spawning pool, 2-minute gas. Well, with this type of spawn and boosting power, you can get like a 155 gas, 155 pool. I mean, it's a big deal. 5 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have someone like Shine who likes to hit you with timings and run by and stuff like that, if you're out of position for 5 seconds, I mean, that's massive. Once again, we've got the forward pylon coming down. Nothing unusual. The way this is set up doesn't look like potential for double gate, in my opinion. Not that I was expecting double gate, but, you know, every now and then, players do mix that in. And Shine gonna get lucky here and find Tyson in the first position. And Tyson, no probe being sent out. That means that this is going to be a forge. And once again, this was I actually think it was an overpool. Kind of looked like a 9 pool initially to me, but it ends up being an overpool. And Tyson is banking up a lot of money. This looks like it could actually be 12 Nexus. And this may actually just backfire. Maybe if he sees the Overlord, he won't go for it. Maybe he'll change his mind now that he knows that he's gotten scouted first. Uh-oh. This game could be quick. Oh, no. Like I was saying, top middle is the absolute best position. This pool is going to hit faster than Tyson's expects. And actually, multiple drones are being sent out. There's a scouting drone and 2 more drones being sent. I think he's intending to kill this with a drone ling bust. I don't think he's playing around here. Oh my gosh. Oh, the probe misses it. He's attacking with 3 drones. He knows that this guy played way too greedy. And he got the best spawn in the game. So he's going to act like he's trying to expand. But this is just a fake, man. He's trying to draw the attention elsewhere. Oh, probe actually got the first shot and he kills it. However, lings are out. Uh-oh. And cannon is just started. Double cannon coming down. He still doesn't know about the drones, man. It's going to be 3 drones being pulled versus 3 probes trying to help defend. That cannon might actually die. Might just die before the lings even get here. Ooh, he killed it. He loses a drone. I will say the second set of lings are a little bit late, but this game might just be over. Really good probe micro right there. All he needs to do is buy time. That is the new cannon, man. He needs to get the old cannon down. Oh, he's got good surround right there, but I don't think there's enough DPS. Oh, there is, just barely. Oh my gosh, that ling was so low. But still, 2 lings and more rallied lings are coming across him. Okay, he can't hold anymore. He doesn't have money to build cannons. I don't think he canceled either of those 2 cannons that we're building. And now it's probes trying to beat lings. And you know, I've seen probes do a lot of damage. But I don't think they can win this fight, right? He's also only got 14 workers. There's, what is this, 6 probes pulled off? So he's pretty much not mining with half his worker. Yeah, so a bit unlucky here. Tyson ended up going for a greedy build. I think that the greed idea was good, but Shine hit him with the solid timing right there with the 9 pull, got the good spawn, and that's kind of just all she wrote. So unfortunately, Tyson, he will be eliminated. Well done from Shine. He had back-to-back 9 pulls, and the second 9 pull was especially good, obviously. So congratulations to him. He's going to be moving into the bottom side of the bracket. That means that he's going to be facing off. Not going to be moving to the bottom side. He's going to be moving into the next round of the bracket in the bottom side of the top side, which means he's going to be facing off versus Sins, and that's going to be a really crazy series. Sins, as we all saw in the games versus Bishop, he wants to end the game ASAP. And Shine, we know that he can also try and end the game ASAP. So that should be a very exciting series. Definitely going to have some wild builds there. But that is it today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, we got to thank all of our Patreon supporters that support the StarCastTV Star League. You know, without your support, this type of tournament could not exist. if you are out there and are watching and are not a Patreon supporter, definitely consider becoming a Patreon supporter. All the funding goes towards creating tournaments like this, creating revenge battles, creating, you know, one-on-one sponsored games between players, and also goes towards funding other tournaments that we have in the backlog. So definitely consider becoming a Patreon supporter, and I appreciate your continued support of the StarCast TV channel. And with all that said, I will see you in the next round.